In this video I'm going to be showing you the best ways that we've found to kill the Devourer of Gods. We'll also be crafting the Godslayer armor which I showed you in that first clip, and the way of making it is using Cosmolite from the Devourer, including finding the best weapons to use and the strategies we took to be able to beat him. Starting off today's video, we're going to make the Neptune's bounty using the Abyss Blade from the last video, and this will be the first trial and error attempt that we have against the Devourer of Gods. If you are a melee class, using weapons with projectiles will be the best option. As well, for every class, the Blood Flare armor is the best for this boss, till you get post Devourer of Gods. The recipe to make the Cosmic Worm was very simple. Melee weapons with projectiles are the best option for him because you can hit multiple parts at once. We were looking up new options and swords we can make, and soon to come we will make the Soul's Edge. As well, a little later we'll make the Terror Blade. I'll show you a few more attempts with this weapon to show you how ass it really was. Getting the boss to 80% health, he'll start going invisible partially. Whilst in this attack, he spawns laser barrages across the whole screen. Make sure to keep your eye out for all the new attacks while fighting. Dying a few times, not having enough room on the platform, we knew we needed to expand. And after a few more short-lasting attempts, we knew that we needed to try out a new weapon. We saw a few other options, including the Terror Blade. As well as right before going back to get the Terror Blade, we decided to try out the Soul Edge. The way of getting this weapon is killing the worms down in the last layer of the Abyss. This got us a lot further than the other weapon did, but I still have better recommendations for what you can kill him with. Keep watching to see the weapons we found best for him. Once you get him to 60% health, he goes in rage and comes out of this portal, now being a lot faster and doing a lot more damage. We got farther with this weapon, but we weren't settling for something that won't be able to kill him. Alan was showing me this true melee weapon, which upon hitting someone it shoots a lot of stars from the sky, so we thought we'd try it out. And the only things needed to craft it were meteorite, ectoplasm, and illuminite. We upgraded quick and went straight back into spawning him. We still weren't pleased with how much damage we were doing against him. Now going back to find new weapons to make before deciding on making this. This Death Ascension here that we're making will be one of the best weapons we can use for multiple bosses, but at the time it wasn't one of the best for the Devourer. After trying it out, we knew we needed something better. The reason this is good against other bosses is because the sickles will home in against the enemy, leading to large amounts of damage constantly. After needing more polterplasm for the second one, we had to kill the poltergast again. As well, from this attempt we didn't get the Terror Blade, so later we would come back to get those. Like before, I was saying the Death Ascension isn't the best weapon, but it still is very good for the Devourer.
All of this is from you.
Then having enough to make a second one, we went to give it another attempt. We couldn't use this weapon to the full potential because of how fast the Devourer is. So after trying a couple more attempts, we knew we needed something even better than that. This weapon will come back later for a few more bosses. This weapon got us the farthest so far, but it still was nowhere near being able to kill him. Another very useful tool is the Normality Relocator, which is something you keep in your inventory, and every 30 seconds you can teleport to where your cursor is. Here's showing you as well that you have to set a keybind for it in the Calamity mod setting. I personally set it to Z because it is so close to my left hand that I can press it easily during boss fights. We still needed even better chances, so upgrading all our equipment and armor to menacing or warding was probably a good option. Still, the hardest attack I think that he has is this wall of lasers that pretty much need to luck to just be able to dodge it. Making the next tier of the Fire Gauntlet, which is the Elemental Gauntlet, will be very useful, and all you really need is the Illuminite, which we weren't able to get before. We also got this Affliction from the Poltergast, and it's an equipment that gives you and your teammates higher health regen, as well as higher health, higher damage reduction, and higher damage. We still had an issue with how much room we had, so we had to expand once again. We finally got to the point of going to the Poltergast to farm the Terror Blade I was telling you about earlier.
Oh, that's Terror Blade.
At first glance, it pretty much looks exactly like the Neptune's bounty's attack. Here again, we still had no idea how to dodge the laser walls.
I know how to dodge those, that's the issue.
We were getting back to the enraged state pretty oftenly now, it was just learning how to dodge the new attack.
I dodged stall.
Alan was able to dodge it here with the new normality relocator ability. As well, I got lucky here, only getting hit once by it.
No.
After me dying and Alan almost dying here, I thought we had no chance at beating it, but with him using his dodge attack as well as the normality, just enough time for me to respawn, we were finally able to kill it. The death sequence he had was so relieving to see now. Overall, our recommendations is using the Death Ascension or the Terrorblade.
Where's loot? Oh bro, it's down, look at the map, you can see it.
If you're having trouble finding the loot bag, it probably went into the ground just like ours did. One of the biggest reasons to kill the Devourer is getting Cosmolite bars, which allows you to make a lot of new recipes.
Look at the smell of that weapon, it's pretty cool, should check it out. We can use Murasama now.
Like he was saying, now we can finally use the Murasama, which was sheathed before and you weren't able to use it until after you kill the Devourer. The way of finding it is through these biocenter labs that spawn in the underworld, and only one spawns per world, so I had to make a new world to be able to find one in the biocenter lab. The way of finding the biocenter lab easier is it's always spawned on the opposite side of the Brimstone Crag. So if you made a small world, maybe it would be easier to find the Brimstone Crag and then go to the opposite side to find the biocenter. Now wanting to upgrade our Elysian Aegis, you need these Ascended Spirits, which you get from the 3 types of event. One material from Solar Eclipse, one from the Frost Legion, and one from the Pumpkin Moon. This in return will be able to make the Galaxia, which you use with the True Biome Blade. Now needing a Cosmic Anvil for all the new recipes.
Yeah, let's take this for now. I'll get money.
We also noticed a spread of the Crimson, so we got Contaminators to try and negate the spread of the Crimson. Like shown from the start of the video, we are making the Godslayer armor now. The set bonus also includes a dash that makes you invulnerable for a little bit. Also, killing the Devourer of Gods gives you new healing potions that are Omega and they give you 300 each.
You just put your inventory there's like area for dice.
The Galaxia has 4 different attacks included depending on where you have your mouse on the screen. For example, if you have it on the left side, right side, or on the top or bottom. Now as well, being able to make the Asgardian Aegis. As well, we could also upgrade the Fire Gauntlet up to the Elemental Gauntlet. Also, one of the bigger upgrades is getting the Elysian Tracers, which use the boots from before along with these other items I'm showing you right now. Here my friend's going to be listing off the equipment you should have if you're a melee class.
Celestial Shell, Asgardian Aegis, Ripper Tooth Necklace, Badge of Bravery, Elemental Gauntlet, and Dark Sun Ring.
I didn't have the Dark Sun Ring already, so I just made one up real quick. It only takes Dark Sun Fragments and Yuli Bloom, so it's pretty easy. As well as here, trying to get warding on every piece of equipment. If you're melee, you don't have to go for warding, you can go for menacing as well for the damage boost, but I decided I wanted warding for the extra defense. To use the Godslayer ability that you get from the set bonus, make sure you set it in the Calamity mod settings. I personally put mine on H, so every time I heal I can dash out the way. For upgrading my actual armor, I wasn't too picky on what I got because it took like 4 to 5 platinum for each upgrade. And platinum ain't growing on trees, bruh, so I had to do what I gotta do. Man's gotta make do with what he got. You're able to spawn Old Duke before the Devourer, but we forgot about it, so we just decided to do it now. The armor and weapons we got are higher than the recommended, so it wasn't that challenging, but it still took us a couple of tries.
Yeah,
As always, make sure you have a bed if you're in a team, makes it way easier and way faster to be able to get back to the fight. Whereas with the Devourer of Gods, we made the platform right next to our base, so when we respawned it was there anyway.
nice, but you better be kidding you. For real.
Really isn't anything that good from the old dude, just kinda having it as an achievement being able to kill him. That's all the progress we made in this video. Thanks again to everyone who watched this far. If you want to see more, please subscribe. I'll make sure to keep making new videos for you guys, and until next time, love all y'all.